Can we talk about Rednote? Can we just can we talk about it? I got to. I'm sorry. I'm sitting here and I'm scrolling and I'm going through some of these. I bookmarked some of them. It's gonna blow your mind when y'all see this stuff, man. These people. So Rednote. For those of you who don't know what Rednote is, right? Rednote is taking the place of TikTok. But the only thing is, TikTok, that was claimed to be a Chinese-owned CCP ran platform, wasn't that. And as a middle finger to the government, everybody's going over to Rednote. So when you go over to Rednote, what's Rednote? Rednote is basically China's version of TikTok, right? So now you got all these kids, all these men, all these women running over here and talking with Chinese people, which is great. I mean, talking with people from other countries, who wouldn't want to do that? That's pretty cool. I like that. But the thing is, now they're over here spreading propaganda like they're paid by China. It's insane. I believe, honestly, I think some of these people are like Chinese assets at this point with the stuff that they're saying, because it's literally a simple Google search or whatever browser you use will show you that that's not true what you're saying, right? And the crazy thing is that they got Americans feeling like China is better than America. Make it make sense. They got them believing that China is better than America and that China is more free than America. Guess what? Here, this is my challenge. This is my challenge for anybody that's on Rednote. Go on there and say anything about their president. Say anything about their government. Say anything about the CCP. Question anything that you've heard, and I guarantee you get banned over there. For sure. I already know one guy that got banned for asking about Xi Jinping. That's not free. Now, then you want to talk about the prices of food. You know, they talk about the price of food over there is so cheap compared to the United States of America. Ask them how much they make. Did you know that in China, you can't get you can't get whatever job you want in China? This is a fact. And I'm not trying to doo-doo on China. You know, shout out to China and Chinese people. It's nothing against y'all. I love Chinese people, right? But America, come on. Gen Z, come on, y'all. Really? This is what we're doing now? It's easy for you to find out what freedoms you have that they do not have. When you say, well, they look so futuristic, their city is so nice. You got futuristic looking cities right here in America. That doesn't mean everybody gets to enjoy them. Just because there's a bunch of nice cities that you see on Rednote doesn't mean that most Chinese people get to enjoy those cities. But they don't have homelessness. There's no homelessness over there, Cash. You know, they did have a homeless problem. I'm sure they cleaned it up now. That's true. They've cleaned it up. Do you know what they did with those people that were homeless? They put them in sweatshops. I'm not making this up. Look it up for yourself. Yeah, they got a house, but they got a job that they don't want to work. You don't have a choice. You're not going to be homeless in China. You're right. We cleaning up the streets. No homelessness in China, but you're going to work over here. We're going to give you a place to stay, and you're going to work over here. This is easy. All you got to do is look it up, you guys. Look it up. That's all I'm saying. Just look into it before you start running thinking China's the best thing in the world. The dang site is called Little Red Book. Do you know what the Little Red Book is? Come on, man. You know what? I'm going to pull up this video. I want you guys to see this. This guy, I like this guy. Watch this little video, and he said it pretty well. Where's he at? Right here. All right.
Hey guys, so TikTok's not going to be banned, mark my words. And the reason why is absolutely hilarious. If you don't know me, Giga Chen, the Chen is Chinese, it means cash. I lived in China for a while, speak fluent Mandarin, and did some investing there for a while. Now, you've all heard of Rednote by now. You know everyone's moving to the app Rednote, some people call it Red. What people don't talk about is the real Chinese name, Xiaohongshu. This doesn't mean sweet potato, little sweet potato, anything like this. If you look at the characters, it's Little Red Book. Anyone who knows history about China at all knows what the Little Red Book is, right? Mao Zedong's Red Book. Do you really think that Congress is going to watch that become the #1 app in the App Store? Watch everyone flood into that app and use it for 2 years while they find a way to ban that? No, they're going to be begging to have TikTok back. Let's just watch it unfold and have fun.
Facts. So you talk about communism, y'all. This kid, let me show you this kid, man. This really blew my mind. I felt bad for his parents, man. Look at this deranged little guy right here. I feel bad for him. I do.
China!
I mean, not really, but kind of. You know, it's pretty crazy.
China is the best country in the entire world. I love China so much. First off, Mandarin is amazing. Second off, the Chinese Communist Party, yes, communist, is the best government in the entire world. Most transparent government in the entire world. The cuisine is amazing. The Great Wall of China is the best tourist destination in the entire world. So much history in China. China, I love China so much, especially the Chinese Communist, yes, Communist Party.
You hear that? This is what's happening right now on social media. And there's a ton of videos just like this kid. And I mean, it's really dope that they learn in Mandarin. I think that's pretty cool, right? You learn in a second language and you're talking with people, but you're talking with people that you don't even know if they're real people. The Chinese police came out. Look at this. He came out and told everybody, he said, look, don't trust everything you see on this app, man. Everything on the internet is not real. We have AI and they use it, and you might be thinking you talking to somebody and you talking to a literal AI and making you think that everything is good over here in China. Check it out. Hold on, let me run it back. Listen to this. Warning, AI fraud on Rednote. Recently, some foreigners received such a contract on Rednote. That's the little contract. And asked for help online. Here, let me explain. It's to be analyzed whether it's true or not. But I have to remind you that many things on the internet are untrue. Don't believe them easily. There is also a type of fraud where scammers use AI to generate a picture, right? And then they show you the AI generated videos where it's like real time. They think they're talking to somebody and it's a literal AI generated video. Look at this. I couldn't tell that that's AI. I don't think anybody else could tell that that's AI. That's pretty insane. Where scammers use AI to generate a picture and conduct fraud with it. Seeing is not necessarily believing. Okay? Remember that. Any of y'all that's on Rednote. So we need to be vigilant. Nowadays, there are various methods of fraud with all kinds of tricks. Here are some tips to prevent fraud. Always keep in mind that the three don'ts and one doubles. Don't believe strange phone calls. Y'all are really giving Chinese people your phone number on Rednote? Are you kidding me? How you gonna prosecute somebody steal your ID? They steal your identification from China. They clear your bank account in China or whatever they do. Whatever kind of scam they can pull on you. How you gonna? The credit card agency, your bank's gonna be like, you are stupid. Why would you? This is a form. We can't do nothing. You got to pay this back. You're the one that gave your information to a scammer in another country. Okay. Don't click on unknown links. And you did. You agreed to terms and conditions that you can't read. You are clicking things that you can't read. Don't disclose personal information. You got to do that to get on Rednote. Come on. You're giving China personal information. Not just China, the CCP. Okay? The CCP, and you're talking about you love communism. You got to be a special kind of person. That's Officer Wu, and he's saying God bless and all of that good stuff right there. You guys, what's going on in our country right now? I mean, now, given some of the things that people say on Rednote, 100%, like I feel you, especially if you're an American, right? If you're an American, and what'd you say, Casey? Cash. So you read the terms of well, I don't know what that is. Oh, the terms of service. It's not about that. In America, you know that there's certain things that they're not supposed to be able to do. And China might not be like that. You might end up on the Squid Games, bro. You done filled out a Chinese contract, and now you might be signed up for the Squid Games if you ever go to China and you don't even know it. As soon as you get there, they got your passport information. Yeah, you hit the terms and conditions right here for America, people that use Rednote. Now you in the Squid Games and you can't do nothing about it. You agreed, you know? I'm just saying. That's why my mind works anyway. But yeah, some of the things is okay. I get it. You want to be upset about certain things, you know. But why you spreading Chinese propaganda? That's what I don't get. Like this, let me show you. Even in Canada, that's what's shocking. It's like even the Canadians, that's nuts. Look at this chick. Listen to this chick right here. I swear I feel like she's paid by China, y'all. This video that she did, it makes me feel she's paid.
For my Chinese friend, I just want to tell you some discussions Americans are having right now. All of us agree and are astounded.
No, we don't. I don't agree. Don't say all of us. You don't speak for all of us.
At how cheap and affordable your groceries, housing, and cars are. I have been watching you guys' grocery haul videos, and it is blowing my mind. America could never. A lot of us also cannot believe how advanced your country is, because we were always shown and told that you guys were a third world, like, starving country.
That is not what we've been told about China over here, man. That's what I'm saying. You got to stop. They literally had on national news when China unveiled their flying car. I was sitting in DC DOC when it happened. On national news, they showed the flying car that China had created, and they released it in Saudi. They did the reveal in Saudi Arabia. We've been known that China has some really cool technology. You're just brain dead and didn't know that. You're the one that thinks that China, you're thinking that every other country is poor, and it's not that. There are poor, but there's beautiful parts of China, and then there's not so beautiful parts of China. Just like in America, you got ghettos, and then you got beautiful cities. It's the same thing. The only difference is you can't talk about anything that they don't want you to talk about over there in China, and you can't get paid a wage like you would get paid over here. And then you want to talk about the education system, saying that their education is so great. Well, then why in the world do all the Chinese people of wealth send their children over here to get a proper education and then bring them back to China? Huh? Make it make sense. Do you know how many Chinese people are from China over here as students because we have a better education system? And you want to talk about the price? I mean, look at the difference of how money runs over here compared to over there. You know, you can't earn so much money over there unless you're like tied in. You know what I mean? You got to be a part of the Communist Party. Just like over here in America, you want to be technical. I mean, it just depends on who you know, but you got the freedom to try it. You ain't got the freedom over there to try to be something. That's the difference. Over here, you got the freedom to try to be something, and you could get there. Over there, you ain't got a chance. If you was born into a regular family, you staying in that regular family. You're never going to be one of us over there in China, okay? I need you to understand this. Grasp this. This is why America is considered the last beacon of hope. Understand this. America is considered the last beacon of hope and freedom because we have that over here. Regardless, it's not perfect. America's not perfect. Yeah, we understand that. We got some flaws over here in America. We know that. But we are the best thing smoking. Ain't nowhere else in the world like us, man. Nowhere else in the world do you have a class of citizen that used to be considered slave that end up being some of the most powerful people in the country. One of them was Barack Obama. But then you got people that are in powerful positions. No other place in the world can say that they've done that. No other place in the world can say that they have transformed society to where literally the rest of the world tries to emulate us. You got them people, the black people in the UK. The black people in the UK, where did they get they fame from? Emulating black people over here that were considered to be slaves back in the day. And over here, people, you know, we think that we're second-class citizens in the way that we're treated, but still we far better off than everywhere else in the world. The least of our people are better than everywhere else in the world. And I'm going to stand on that. America is it for me. I'm sorry. I study too much. I read too much to fall for this little, whatever this is going on.
That's just not the case. The fact that 95% of you guys own homes is mind-boggling. It is, like, seriously almost impossible to own a home anywhere in the U.S.
It's almost impossible to own a home here anywhere in the U.S. Are you freaking kidding me? Now, again, taxation is theft. That's true. We own stuff over here. I'm going to tell you this. The government can't come to your door and take everything that you own because they don't like a post that you made about the president. You literally have people over here that try to unalive our president. Okay? And you got people in prison right now that are far better off than the people in China that are just regular people, eat more, work out. I met the dude Lee in prison, a Chinese man his last name was Lee, and he told me flat out he don't ever want to go back to China. He said, no, it's way better here. Even in prison, it's better here. He's a Chinese national. All right. It blows my mind, man, the things that y'all believe, and you want to hate your own country. You want to hate where you live, even though you live literally in the best place in the world. You live in the greatest country in the world, regardless of our problems. Yes, we have problems. We have crooked government too. We do. We got some crooked people in our government for sure, but you're allowed to say that. I'm allowed to say right now we have crooked people in our government, and they're not going to come and get me. Okay? They're not going to, they can't do nothing about it. They got to follow laws. They got to put a case on you. They got to do something like that. They got to follow procedure before they can come and get you. You know what I'm saying? Over there, it ain't like that. They say, oh, hold on, wait a minute. Who's that? Go, man, go get him. Go get him. She's from America, whoever this chick is.
You have to work immensely hard. How about y'all's law school is like $800 a year, and I think that your homeless rate is like 0.18%. I have people.
Because they live in the houses that they provide for their work in the sweatshops. When did people forget about China having sweatshops? When? When? When did people forget that China has sweatshops with children? That's why there's no homeless. You ain't got nothing to do. Oh, you poor, you down on your luck. Come on, I got something for you. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ. Save them.
People living outside of tents outside of my building. Like, it's terrible here. What? I saw somebody say earlier that a cancer medication that they get is about $20 in China, and they are paying $22,000 a month in the US for that same medication.
Okay. Casey, just so you know, you said this is all created by the TikTok algorithm. This is not TikTok, Casey. This is not TikTok. This is what I'm trying to tell you, bro. What she's on right now, she is on Rednote. It's not TikTok. This is the alternative to TikTok, okay? An actual, literal Chinese-based company that pushes Chinese propaganda, and you can never say anything bad about their leader on the SAP or you will get banned. They will literally ban you. This is not TikTok, bro. The government is just stupid. The government is stupid for banning TikTok. They came together so quickly, by the way. Want to shout them out for that. You guys can't get nothing else done. You can't come together for nothing else for the American people, right? To fix some of the problems that we got right here. But you can come together real quick to put together a TikTok ban because you don't like the information that's being put out about Palestine. That's what it really comes down to. You don't like that everybody started hating Israel. So somebody that is an Israeli Israel lover, or however you want to call it, came and said, look, we need to close this app down now. And they said, oh, okay. Our government said, oh, okay. Israel? Okay, yeah. And now this is your alternative. They ran to a literal Chinese-owned app based in China, and they're now pushing propaganda into young minds and even old minds. People that are just like, they don't live anywhere else. Like, they stay inside their house and they don't go nowhere. They don't read books. They don't do any of that. They don't know history. They're just seeing China. They're seeing China. And when they see China and these people in China, they're thinking, oh my God, I've been lied to. I've been lied to so bad. Our government has lied to us about China. China's got advanced cities. China's food is so cheap, they don't have homeless. Oh, and an ambulance ride is just, it's Come on. Come on, man. Come on.
What? A lot of you guys were also thinking that it's propaganda, that our kids sometimes, if they can afford it and their parents want to, will put them in a bulletproof like backpack to go to school. They also do stand up and do the Pledge of Allegiance every single day before class starts. This whole experience might just be the most awake and united I think I've ever seen this country. We are pissed at our government, number one. Number two, astounded. Absolutely astounded.
I understand. I get that part. I get that you don't like the government. A lot of people don't like the government. Say people are only going to Rednote because they're losing TikTok. Exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm talking about, bro. That's exactly my point. People are going to Rednote as a middle finger to the government because of the ban on TikTok, bro. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's it. And TikTok TikTok is ByteDance. All right. Rednote is a literal Chinese company, bro. It's theirs. It's Chinese all day long. This is not nothing to do with TikTok propagandizing anything. This is a Chinese company that got nothing to do with TikTok, having Americans come on, even changing the algorithm up for Americans so they can see more English-speaking people, and then having conversations with people in China. That's what's going on. And the people that are in China are telling them, yo, America really sucks. We're free over here. You guys are lame. You don't got freedom. You're an oligarchy. You're the real slaves. They're saying all types of stuff. Propagandizing the kids, propagandizing, people that don't know nothing. And it's insane. It really is. It's crazy to me. Let's see what this guy's talking about. Listen to this. All right.
4 days on Rednote has me going through all the stages of grief. And right now, I think I'm sitting firmly in anger. And not at the Chinese or anything like that. They're fucking amazing. Their cities are amazing. Their people are amazing. Their lifestyle is amazing. Their fucking grocery bills are fucking amazingly small. I am fucking, dude, American exceptionalism is a lie. It's a fucking lie. This country, every day of our lives is just one big goddamn commercial to fucking leech every fucking dime out of our pockets and every fucking spare second you have out of your day. It is just nothing but a non-stop fucking hamster wheel. And as a goof, we go and protest by like, oh, you're gonna fucking take away TikTok because the fucking Chinese are gonna take our data? Well, we're gonna fucking mail our social security card directly to Xi's fucking office. And then we start talking to these people and seeing how they live and then actually having direct message conversations with these new friends that are curious and excited about us. And they're like, oh, tell us about what it's like in America. No offense, but we hear you're lazy and all you do is hang out and go on vacations. And I'm like, vacation? What the fuck are you talking about? No, I mean, most people are working 2, maybe 3 jobs just to fucking make ends meet. And then, we start talking about what things cost. And they're like, yeah, dude, I mean, I go out to eat. It costs me, whatever the fuck their money is called, yuan, whatever it is. And it's like RPN.
It's ridiculous. This is ridiculous, bro. It is. It's crazy. What's up, bro?
Hey, I agree with you. It's crazy. Rednote, I did research on Rednote because all of this with Rednote was talking about many, many, many months ago, saying, projecting that this TikTok ban is going to happen.
Right.
So that's how I learned about it, is the same way you are. People are actually switching now.
It's blowing my mind, bro.
But there's one more video. I don't know if you have it. It's of a guy in Canada.
Yeah, I got
to Rednote. You got it?
Yeah.
You got to play that one. That one, he looks like an NPC from start to finish.
I'm telling you, bro.
This is what I'm telling you. This is what I was saying in the chat. These people are leaving TikTok and going to Rednote because TikTok's going away. But they were already manipulated and brainwashed and educated by the TikTok algorithm. Now they're going over there and trying to just expecting things to be the same. And they're starting to say the stuff that they were taught. That's what I'm saying. That is where this algorithm is so bad.
It's crazy, brother. It is crazy. It's like it's making me mad, bro. I'm for real. I'm getting like angry seeing all the stuff that I'm seeing because I was incarcerated with somebody from China, bro. Literally, he was a Chinese national, barely spoke any English. And he flat out told me, no, I don't. I say, even if you could be freed from prison, he goes, no, I stay right here. I'm like, what?
Well,
You rather stay in prison and go back to China?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
One of my good friends, I won't say his name. One of my good friends, I can tell you privately, but his wife was the second born child in their family, which China had a one-child policy.
Mm-hmm.
China learned because her parents were doctors. So they did it all at home without anybody knowing. And the Chinese government found out. They banished her family to being sheep herders in a mud hut up in the mountains that no one can see.
That's communism.
That's
what I'm trying to tell them.
Can't be okay under that system. That is why. Now, if we bring it to the States and someone buys it and then we can hold them accountable for if they do anything malicious, great.
Bro, TikTok is not
TikTok
from China, bro.
Yes, it is.
No, it's, bro. Their headquarters of operation is in California.
Nope.
The company is based out of Singapore. It's not China.
The algorithm and how it's managed is all from China. We have to have an entity that has a U.S. business that we are going to hold liable for that algorithm.
Hear me out, bro.
We don't have that.
Hear me out.
I'm hearing you.
The fact is, people are calling it a China-based company. It is not a China-based company.
I don't care what they
Wherever the algorithm, whoever created the algorithm, doesn't matter. China cannot take the data from this app, is what I'm trying to tell people.
The data is not the problem.
That's the issue that the Congress was talking about.
No.
It had nothing to do with algorithm.
It is the algorithm, period. And so the algorithm is not data.
That's
People
from you, brother.
This.
That's from you saying that, not Congress.
I work in tech. I know what it means.
Listen, you're saying it. The Congress is not saying that. Congress
Read the bill.
I don't need to read the bill because now they got a real Chinese app that people have ran to. And if they were that serious about it, about the algorithm, then they would take off all apps that are worse than TikTok.
Yeah.
It's more than that. It wasn't about the algorithm. It's about, this is what it's really about. They got tired of people seeing all the things that they were seeing and all the hate that was getting pushed off about Israel and Palestine. And they came together for real quick. I've never seen Congress move that fast in my life. Ever have I seen Congress move that fast in my life to get something done.
That fast?
That was fast.
How many attempts did this take?
Man, bro, that was fast.
Didn't Trump propose the first TikTok ban?
And then he changed his mind.
No, I'm talking about timeline. So if Trump proposed the first TikTok ban, that is over 4 years ago. If I recall correctly, it was 2018 when he requested it to be banned. 6 years is what that took. That's not fast.
Bro, they came together real quick to get this thing done and over with.
Didn't.
Yes, they did.
6 years to pass it.
Nah, forget passing it. They all agreed. All of them people came together real quick to agree. They don't come together that quick to agree on nothing.
They didn't come together that fast.
Yeah, man, it felt fast to me. Maybe I'm missing out because I just came home and TikTok was cool. And then when I get out, now TikTok's on the verge of being banned.
Trump proposed the first proposal of banning TikTok. You agree or do you not agree?
Yeah, but I don't think nothing went through.
No, it started this conversation, just like how all bills and everything happens in Congress. You have to have someone propose it, and then you have to start negotiating. And so that's why I'm saying it took 6 years to get this done.
Okay, but Casey, the bill that they just got together, right?
That's been signed for a long time. We've been waiting for the Supreme Court to actually hear it and rule on it. That's the only thing that's changed. The Supreme Court put a hold on it until they can rule on it.
Yeah, facts. But I don't know, man. Even so, regardless of that, regardless of when it got proposed, any of that, how is it that they can come together and agree on this, but still have an app like Rednote out there?
So the outlines of the details. So here's the details of the bill, and this is what can be amended and can be changed. Like we could do this, but we got to tread lightly with it. We got to figure out how we don't open up more problems by amending this bill. because we can't trust Congress. But this bill right now, for it to be banned, it has to be owned by a foreign adversary. And right now, I think there's 6 of them. Foreign adversary, and have over 1 million monthly concurrent users. So how many monthly concurrent users does Rednote have? If they
Right
get over
now?
1 million,
Oh, they got well over 1 million right now.
then they'll be banned too.
It's the number
under the
one.
same law.
It's trending on the App Store, bro.
Right.
Like, it's
Then
number
good.
one.
Then good. Get 1 million users on it, and then it will be banned also, because it is owned by China, and it will fall under the same stipulations as TikTok.
I'm not tripping about TikTok being banned, to be honest with you. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool.
Right.
You know my favorite apps, you know what I'm saying? X, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Those are my favorite apps. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not tripping on the TikTok ban. I'm tripping on the fact that they banned it or threatened they're about to ban it. And then everybody went to a literal Chinese app where they are literally getting tons of propaganda.
That's kind of expected.
It's
right?
insane, though.
Oh, I agree with you, but it's kind of expected. People are going to look for their alternative. Like, for example, that algorithm is so, like, if we could use that for good,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, we could change the world.
Facts.
But no, this algorithm is so bad, and ability to manipulate and control people with it is dangerous. And that is where I have a problem with it. Now, but I would love for it to go open source and leave us nerds to go through it and learn it. And then we could actually make sure we have some protections in place. But
So let me ask you something, Casey.
yeah.
Do you think China is better than America in any way?
Absolutely not. No. America is the greatest country on this planet.
How
Period.
could
End of story.
I don't get how people could look at a city, right? Because China got some beautiful cities. You can look that up online. They got some really beautiful cities. That's true. 100%. But most people don't live there.
Right.
Most of their people don't live there. And so basically you talking to the rich kids of China on Rednote, basically is what's going on.
Not
And
even
they
that. You're talking to bots. That's all Rednote is. Is
crazy.
bots that are producing content to get people to be sucked into certain topics. And that's all Rednote is bots.
That's insane, bro.
It's coming out that TikTok's the same thing. Majority of your followers are bots. They're not even real followers. And so it's starting to come out that TikTok is even just so littered with bots. The only one that's taking on bots right now is X. They're trying.
Man, bro,
It's
there's
hard.
so many bots. I ain't gonna lie. The bots
hard.
got to me. I'm over here looking into crypto now because of bots.
Oh no, be careful. Be careful.
No, I ain't dealing with them. I'm doing my
I
own
love
studying.
crypto, but be careful of the bots and social media.
I need you to teach me a little more about crypto, but that's another topic, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I wanted to jump on and just talk to you a little bit. Like everything you were talking about with Rednote, I 100% agree with you. But the same thing applies to TikTok. And that's where it gets dangerous. But yeah, this guy. This is the NPC. Anybody tell me in the comments if you guys just think like he is just not thinking for himself and is only fed a whole bunch of propaganda and he is stuck on it.
All right,
That's
let's
all
hear
he
it.
can regurgitate.
Well, I gotta tell you something. We have been fed so much bullshit. You really need to go and sign up for Rednote. Just go and peruse the site. It's mind-blowing. The kindness, the generosity that the Chinese people are showing to the Americans who come on there, the way they're welcoming them. Yes, they're asking them to follow the guidelines of their app, which is standard practice. But when you start looking at what you see on Rednote versus what the governments have been handing us for propaganda and bullshit, my God, man, I spent a couple hours just going through the site, and really, it's worth the time for you to just sign up, go onto the site, and you don't even have to
Don't do it.
set up a full account to go and look. But like the amount of money that they have to spend on groceries, for example, is peanuts compared to what we pay here in Canada.
Oh my
I'm
God,
sure
Jesus.
the same in the US. It's like night and day. Their world there is so much better than the way they portray it.
Mhm.
They're not a repressed people.
Oh my God.
See,
They're
this is what
intelligent.
I'm talking about. This
They're
is
not a repressed
dangerous.
people. Bro, how can he say that when you have the stories about China, the Chinese Communist Party coming to people's house because they had an extra baby? You know what I'm saying? Or they said something about Xi Jinping. What do you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you mean? It's crazy.
When I watch this, I'm like, this guy is not thinking for himself. He is regurgitating what he's told. But let me pose this to you. Do you think this is a modern version of MK Ultra?
I don't know. Maybe.
Admit it. You know it is.
Maybe a little bit.
Just saying. You know what it is. You
Maybe
know it
a little
is.
bit.
Not what they try and tell us, that they are evil. China, 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 as Trump would say. Go have a look. Seriously, you're going to get a rude awakening about the truth and the propaganda that we've been hand-fed for years, that China's our enemy. They're not our enemy.
Yes, they are. They literally, their government is our enemy. What do you mean you're talking to people, okay? People that are in a communist country, you're told you better love your country or else, okay? So they have no choice but to tell you they love it there, okay? You're not understanding this. And you're talking about China, 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 Trump said. You're an idiot, sir.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, but you are. You're an idiot if you think that they're saying anything other than what they're allowed to. That is not freedom. That's not freedom. Regardless of what you think. And I know you up in Canada, dog, and you got a crappy leader, and I get it. Don't worry about it. Y'all are about to be America Junior real soon. Don't worry about it, brother.
Our enemy are the people who sit in those fancy chairs in Congress and Senates and politicians. The rich, the Mark Zuckerbergs of the world, the people who hand us BS.
Oh, wow. The people that hand us BS. Yet you're over there on a communist app that is giving you so much propaganda that you will come on a site with the freedom that you couldn't do this in China. What you're saying right now, you couldn't say, even if it was true, bro. If it was true, you can't say it. You would have to get on here and lie, okay? If you was in China, you would have no choice other than to get on here and lie. You don't believe? Ask the beautiful Chinese Americans that live in this country right now, that grew up in China and fled China due to the Chinese Communist Party, you imbecile. Do that. You're muted.
I'm gonna have to jump here in a second, but keep in mind, like when I said bots, and you watch these videos, think about it. Think about the control that China has over its people, and think about all of these things that these people are spitting out. There is no way people of China are educating the public, the general public, with this information.
No.
This is all propaganda and bots pushing it on these apps that is making these people think that this is true, so they go and regurgitate it. The reason why I call out TikTok is that exact same thing for when Osama bin Laden wrote that letter for America. That was never popular in the United States ever in history until it went viral on TikTok.
That's
and
true.
That is why
I never listened. I never heard the letter.
You go read it.
I'm good. For what?
No, you should.
For what though?
For
what?
Because it goes into exactly what that guy is regurgitating. Talking about how America is a bad country. It is so bad. We are doing good things. We are the best. Osama bin Laden saying he's doing good things.
Osama
America
bin Laden would have buried a woman up to her neck in sand and stoned her to death if she smoked a cigarette.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
That is why this thing is dangerous as hell.
Bro,
that is exactly why.
It gets so hard to do. I'm telling you, bro. This is the stuff that this is the stuff right here that makes me be like, yo, this is why I say this, y'all. Yeah, I'm doing my best to walk right with God, and I'm always gonna do that. But that doesn't take away from I'm a patriotic believer, if that makes any if that's a thing. I'm a patriotic believer. So I got my faith, but I'm also a nationalist to the bone, bro. There is nothing better than America, except for heaven. That's the only thing you got that is better than America is heaven. That's it. It's America. Heaven's the only thing above that. That's it. You could go to some beautiful places in the world. There's beautiful places everywhere. Saudi Arabia is beautiful. Would I want to live there? No. Why wouldn't you want to live there, Cash? Because they could do things to you that they can't do here in America. Well, they got the safest city. The Saudi Arabia is one of the safest cities. Yeah, it's also got a brothel full of children. Did you know about that? You know what I'm saying? It's like people, they don't do their homework and study these places around the world. People talking about they want to go to Ghana. Black people, I'm moving to Ghana. Why? Why would you move to Ghana? Why would you move to Ghana? There's more millionaires produced in America than anywhere else in the world.
Right.
People from Ghana want to come to America. People from China, they got good education in China. Why they send their kids over here to get educated? The wealthy families in China send their kids to America to get educated.
Facts.
What do you mean?
Facts.
You guys are the visas. The visas, the Indians. What about the Indian? Listen, the Indians come over here and get a good education and then get hired because they have a higher work ethic than a lot of Americans. You know why? Because they come from a place where it's crap, literal crap, in the streets. They doo-doo in the streets, in the open. Majority of India doo-doos in the streets, in the open. This is a fact.
But
it's a fact.
It's bad.
This is a fact, bro. In rural India, the more of the population, which is the majority of the population, they openly doo-doo in the streets. I'm not making this up. This is a fact.
I know you're not. I know India very well. And so that's why I'm saying, hey, clarify, because yes, it's rural India that's that way. But anyways, I'm going to jump off here. You're on point. Dude, you're killing it. But the thing is, I'm going to end with this, and Creole Queen, you know where I'm going with this. Ban the CCP, because that's all we're trying to do.
I agree. Ban the CCP.
That's all
I agree. Forget TikTok. It's all good. It could go bye-bye. We straight.
All right. Have a good night, buddy. Well,
I'll text my brother.
You
Peace. All right. So, Day, you say, that's my man's right there. You say, I don't care what other countries are going through. Let's deal with America's problems. Racism. Okay, so here we go. Now, this is a whole nother discussion. I don't feel that America has a racism problem. That's not what the problem is here in America. America's problem is not racism. It's a mentality. It's a mentality, bro. Racism, you have racist people, for sure. There are racist people in America on both sides, from every ethnicity. You got racist Mexicans, you got racist whites, you got racist blacks. They're a very small fraction of the United States. Do we have some issues with the system in America still? 100%. But if you compare that to the progress that's being made, we are on the up. We're going up. Everything is getting better, not worse. So we're just progressing. I mean, that's the way I look at it. And I'm sure people would disagree, but that's the facts. If you read a history book, it'll tell you that. Whereas you black, you couldn't do this before, but now you can do anything. Literally setting trends that are followed by the world. You know what I'm saying? Rising to the highest office in the nation that used to be your captor, I guess, or your oppressor. That's true. We had a president that was black. You know? So that's my stance on it. You say, no, we can't. No, we can't what? What can't we do? I want to know. What can't we do in America? What rights do white people have that black people don't? That's what I want to know. If racism is the issue, what rights do white people have that black people do not have? I'll wait. You can't find none, brother. You know, and we from the same streets, bro. Me and you are literally from the same place. Let's be real. Racism ain't the problem in America. That's not our issue. The issue is we have a corrupt government. That's the issue in America. We have a corrupt government. We have people that are poorly educated. We have people that don't want to aspire to be anything other than what they're taught that they should be. We have a problem with parents not being good parents to their children and raising them to do the right things. We have a problem with people lacking morality because, you know, they just do. They don't want to learn anything. America's gotten so good that it's created a bunch of soft people is really what's going on. America has gotten so great for all Americans that it's produced a laziness that is almost wicked. You know, People could do whatever they want. They can sit in the video, they play a video game all day that tells them to go and you say your trucker brother just, if that's the case that you're talking about in North Carolina, that already came out to what that was, brother. And that was not white people. That's just a conspiracy. People were saying that it is. It's not. They got the man literally going into the store on video, buying the rope. You know, he was maybe going through some things and he did what he did to himself. But that's what it is, you know? But everything, this is my thing, bro. Everything ain't racism. Everything is not racism. Okay? Everything ain't racism, bro. Racism is the least of the problems of a black man in America right now. You know what we got to worry about in America more than we got to worry about racism? We got to worry about somebody that look just like us killing us. That's the bigger issue. You know what I'm saying? That's the bigger issue. Let's touch on that. Then I'll talk about racism, because racism isn't a threat. Racism is not a threat to me or the people in my community at all. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. When we could talk about that and get that under control, and we start uplifting the brothers that are out there doing the wrong things still, the things that we used to do, and uplift them and elevate their minds, then we could talk about something like systemic racism or some issues that are still plaguing us within the system. That's true. I would say that we have some issues still within the system that is racist. That's for sure. I won't deny that. But to say that America's problem is racism, that's just as false as the propaganda coming through that Chinese app. That's not real. That's not the real problem in America. That's not it. And that's not an American problem. You know? But that's just how I see it. It's just how I see it. I used to feel differently. So people, once they educate themselves more and they start traveling a little bit and talking with people and rubbing elbows with people, well, then you'll understand that. Then you'll understand why my mind is different than what it used to be. I can't say that no more. I can't say that America's racist, bro. I done traveled. I've met so many different white people from all walks of life. I've met poor white people. I've met rich white people. I've met congressmen white people. I've met senator white people. I've met judge white people. I've met all types of different white people. And it's not racism. Racism isn't the thing. Okay? That's just my opinion. You know. Who am I? Just another American out here probably getting called a coon or Uncle Tom because I don't share any ideology of, like, you know, what's his name? Dr. Umar Johnson. Hey, call me what you want. I don't mind, you know, because at the end of the day, I do good for my countrymen. And that's what it's about. That's how if we do got a racism problem, you know how we fix it? This is how we fix it. We start doing good to our brothers and our sisters, regardless of their color. Look at them as an American. That's how we fix it. All right. You say you felt racism from Mexicans. You felt racism from Mexicans because I was Asian, and that wasn't even real racism. It was just busting balls. Exactly. You say you're not African. I know you're not an African. I know you personally. I know you're not an African. You know what we are. We ain't gonna get into that. That's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother topic of discussion, but we ain't gonna get into that. And you're right. This is your land because you're an American. All right. You're an American. I'm an American. Now I am going to touch on it. So people get caught up in first, let me say this. In our country right now, in America, a lot of people, I dealt with it myself, have an identity crisis being black because we're the only people on the earth that have had the identity taken and told what we are as black people. And in the age that we're in right now of information, people, you know, they study and they look up all kinds of stuff. Now you got people that say, "Oh, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I'm a Moor. I'm a Native American. I'm a whatever people say that they are." But wouldn't it be just so much easier for any black person that's watching me right now that struggles and got an identity crisis? Wouldn't it be so much easier just to say that I'm an American? Because no matter what you think you are or what tribe you come from or what, you know, whatever you feel your ethnicity is, you're here in this land. You are an American. People fought and died, went to prison for you to be able to have that right to call yourself an American. Why not wear that badge proudly? Why not say we're Americans? Why What's wrong with that? Because to me, that's like the greatest title. If you want to talk about what nationality you are, there is no greater nationality to have than to be an American, especially when you see nothing can hold us back in America. Nothing. Literally, we destroy every single opposition that has ever came in front of us, whether it was racism or segregation or being ruled by the British or whatever. Like, we've literally progressed more than any other nation in a shorter amount of time than anybody. I'm a proud American. That's what I am. I'm an American and I'm a believer. That's what I am. You know, I'm an American trying to bring kingdom culture into my nation, trying to lead people right, trying to do the right thing, trying to elevate a mind. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. It don't matter about what color. This don't mean nothing. This is just a suit that I'm wearing right now. This is just a suit that you're wearing right now. This goes away. But while you're here, be proud that you're this and an American and not this and in like Kenya or somewhere like that. And I know people they're going to give me some backlash for that. I'm going to get some backlash for it because, oh, Cash, how you talk bad about Africa. I'm not talking bad about Africa. That's not what this is. I'm not saying anything bad about Africa. All I'm saying is I ain't never been there. They ain't never came for me if we was from there, right? They ain't never came and said anything good or try to uplift, none of that. No, in fact, they don't even treat their own people right. And we know that if you go by the whole transatlantic slave thing, you just look at, they was kicking people up out of there and giving them to people to be enslaved. So I don't want to go there. That's not what I want. They can't produce what is produced here in America. You got Nigeria. It's got so many billionaires over there in Nigeria while their country is poor and struggling, and they don't do anything for their own people. They talk about a corrupt government. Now, I'm not an African American. I'm not that. Don't put that label on me. I'm an American. I'm an American. Matter of fact, I can trace my ancestry back right here in America. I can't trace my ancestry to Africa at all. My ancestry comes from right here in America. If you want to go on the other side of me, then it's Ireland, you know? So I'm mixed, but I'm a Native American. That's what I am. I'm a Native American because my bloodline comes from America. Plain and simple. And that's for everybody. Everybody, whether you white, black, anything. Your parents been here for this long? Oh yeah, you a Native. You're definitely a Native. You're a Native American. Because if you want to say, oh, no, because white people's family came from Europe. Where'd they come from before Europe? Africa? So how far back we going? Where's the cutoff line? You know, how long do you got to be somewhere before you can say that you're native to that land? Or is everybody just an African American because everybody came from Africa? You know, that's why I don't get into that whole argument. It's ridiculous. It's dumb. This is our nation. This is where our ancestors fought, bled, build. They did everything right here. This is where we're from. So be proud of that. Forget China in the sense of believing their propaganda. They are not better than us. Forget all the other countries, you know, the African countries. They not better than us. They ain't got nothing to do with us. Forget Europe. They not better than us. They don't got nothing going better than us. There's no European country that is greater than what we got over here in America, which is a diverse culture of everybody that is just, we're the best. That's it for me. We're the best. You don't like it? I don't care. I still love you. And that's that. I'm going to get off here, you guys, because I'm getting my blood pressure up, getting upset about people not being as proud as I am to be an American. You should be very proud to be an American, no matter where you come from. The worst ghetto in the world, in America, you should still be proud to be an American because you still got it better than the ghetto over in wherever else. That's just a fact. All right? With that, unite, don't fight, be a street like zone. You could be the change you wish to see in the world. And when you get too stressed out, you got to remember to pray, America, because without God, everything falls apart. And that is a fact. Proud American. Let's go, Trump. Get in there and get us these pardons, baby. Free the Jan Sixers. Deuces.